making this in case some other unfortunate soul finds themselves in the position to where they have to make one of these track tip tubes on a CNC and have to figure out how to fixture it, bear skins and stone knives style. Alright, track tip tube. Yeah, she got some gravity to her. Yeah. Alright, looks good to me. Good to me. Alrighty. Hearing protection. January 2nd, 2022. So, this is going to be sort of a, how I do it, track tip tubes. Okay, whether you're going to be making these for yourselves, or having someone else make them, yeah, you're going to need to do something like this. So, raw stock. I ordered 4 foot, length of this material. It's 3-inch OD by 2-inch ID, 6061 T6 aluminum. I believe it's T6. We'll just assume it's T6. Anyhow, so and currently price for a 4 foot section of that is $374.94. Whoops, there we go. That's yeah, after it's all said and done with sales tax, but yeah. So this was $353.72 for the 4 foot length piece. Oops, there we go. Sorry, trying to. So yeah, purchased from, and I'll cover up my address here and all my pertinence. There we go. From, there we go, Metal Depot, or Metals Depot. Anywho, here we go. So whether you're doing this yourself or somebody else, so yeah, you got to cut these. I cut these over. The end length is supposed to be 13.660 inches. So one thing whenever people ask, what kind of lathe should I get? Well, get as big as you can afford. This one is barely long enough to do this particular operation. So I got to file this ID here. Whoops, sorry. Got to file this ID. Let me stand over here. Hopefully, yeah. If I stay over there. Okay, so I got to file this ID on both sides. So go ahead and do that. Cut it over length. You can always remove material. You can't add material back. This does not need to be a super precise operation here. It should be noted when you get done cutting your 3 pieces, you're going to end up with a piece of scrap about 6 1/4 inches long. Is what it is. You can order it by the inches, I believe, but yeah. So anyhow, I'm trying to make sure that I don't have any burrs on here, which I don't. No burrs on this side. So I'm gonna put this in my 3-jaw chuck. Again, Yep, there we go. And I have this piece. This is I made this years ago when I made the original track tip tube. And I'm going into the ID there. Yay, done there. And there we go there. I'll just kind of snug that a little. Okay. And I come back here, tighten up my tailstock now. I made sure to have this below the surface of this. Okay, good there. And now I go ahead and snug this up. What I'm going to do is I'm going to face this so it is flat. I have my carriage locked down. So yeah, okay, here we go. Check, make sure I've removed all the defects. I haven't. See here at the perimeter and interior. I don't know if you can see that. Surface finish. I'm happy with that. Okay, so good there. Again, removing just enough material to get a good finish, good surface on there. So there we go there. And actually, so when you do this, you're going to raise a burr on the ID of this, so you have to use a little bit of, see how it catches? You got to pop it out. There we go, just like that. All right, now I can loosen this up. There we go. Good. See how that raised a burr there? Let's see. Yep, see that? So, again, just grab a file. Little needle file. This is a half round. You could use a deburring tool also. Now I go to the flat side and I'm just going to knock off anything that is possibly sticking up here. Hopefully this is in frame. Sorry if that just wasn't. There we go. Run your finger around there. Yep, everything's hunky-dory. All right, flip, rinse, and repeat. Go in. Bring your tailstock in. There we go. What I like to do, take up my slack on here a little bit. Just enough to where it's just grabbing, but I can still turn it on there. This way, when I tighten this down, if it needs to adjust, self-adjust a little, it will do that quite easily. So tighten my tailstock down. Again, the reason I'm not using the quill portion here, again, it's not long enough yet. So okay, there's that. Now I go ahead and I tighten things down on my 3-jaw chuck. All right, looks good to me. I back off a little bit on my tooling. So I find where it starts cutting. I go ahead and start facing. Look at this. Yep. See, still got some up here. Okay. So gotta keep facing. Yep. A little bit down here on the ID. Look, oh, a little bit right there at the top there. Yep. Yep, looks good to me. All right. Again, loosen my tailstock. And pop this out. There we go. Good. Right. Again, remember to deburr it. All right, flat edge. Yeah. Right, a little bit of roughage in there. Just go around like that. And again, see, flat side. All right. Oh yeah, that's good. So there we go. This will go on the granite block. What I'll do is, since I don't have a caliper long enough to measure the entire length, I'm going to use a set of parallel bars of known lengths, and then be able to use my 6 or 8 inch calipers to determine the precise length of this. I will write that length down on here and how much needs to be removed. And then that way, next time I put this in there, I will know exactly how much needs to be removed from one end or the other to achieve the required overall length. All right, that's it. Lesson's over there. Bye for now. Okay, so I believe I've spent at least 2 hours sanding this down. What you want to do is first you want to confirm that the bearing will not fit on either side, okay? You don't want to start sanding and realize that one side's undersized and the other one's oversized. So confirm that the bearing will not fit on either side, or that the bearing will fit on only one side. Start on that side. Okay, so I should actually have this stuff cleaned up and be wearing rubber gloves. It's very important you don't get any small particles on the tube. During machining, you have to manage your thermals, okay? If this heats up 10-20 degrees, that is enough to cause this bearing to not want to slide on it. So, got this. Since this was done by hand, this is actually probably one of the most accurate as far as bearing fit out of every single one. So you start at one side, you start sanding. You can sand, you can do a rough sand. I start at 80 grit, and you keep working, you keep testing the bearing. The further the bearing gets, you take a Sharpie, you get the bearing as far as it will go, take a Sharpie, mark it, then you have to sand from that point forward. And you keep doing that over and over and over. And as you get closer to your target fit, you start working with progressively finer grit sandpaper. There we go. There we go. And let's see if it slides out over the end. I had to just get done sanding this very end, so I don't know for sure if this will actually come off of this end or not. And it looks like I might have to go, wait, oh, there it goes. Confirmed. Okay, that's done. What I did then, so 80, 120, 180, and then I finished up and burnished it with a piece of, Scotch-Brite pad. This is stuff you pick up for your kitchen. I know they sell different ones. Okay, so today is January 8th, 11:55 in the a.m., 2022. I'm making this in case some other unfortunate soul finds himself in the position to where they have to make one of these track tip tubes on a CNC and have to figure out how to fixture it, bear skins and stone knives style. I'm just going to say this on the outset: if you have the ability to have somebody else do this with a proper, you take it to a machine shop and they have a proper CNC where they can cut this to length, machine it, do all the, pay the money, have them do it. But if you're like me and you don't, well, here you go. So, this is this part. I have two 3D printed pieces here. They're printed out of PETG. It should be plenty strong enough. So, put this in here. I have sanded this so it fits in here. Nice. It's got a little bit of, yep, a little bit difficult to turn, but yeah, so, oh, good, the heat shut off. I don't have to yell no more. And you can push that in. Okay. All right, so the parallel bars are on this granite block. Now the idea is, if I put this down here, okay, you see how that does that? That's because these two pieces here are not aligned. Let me make sure that's in frame. I guess so. It's because they're not aligned with each other. So the idea is to turn one of them until such time as it is aligned. Let me see if I can. Yep, there we go. That's closer. Oh, there we go. See? Now they are perfectly aligned with one another on all of the flats. So this way, when I go to put this into the fixture that I designed, it will properly index. Just checking all of them here. Again, I'm using a granite block. I suggest you don't use your kitchen table or your workbench. It's not going to be accurate. Set of parallel bars here. So, next thing, where did I put that? Oh yeah, leave it to me to be all kinds of, oh, here we go. All kinds of organized. Threaded rod goes through here, okay. And out the other end, okay. In my case, I'm using 3 washers, using 2 thin set ones with a larger OD, and then another smaller one. Yep. So I'm putting out on this end, and then I'm going to thread on the appropriate nut. Okay. And this threaded rod is about 18 inches long. Go there, you'll be able to see this side here. So the idea is to use 3 washers, distributes the load over a wide area of the print, and also when I go to tighten this down, it should have enough, things should be able to move enough as to not move the 3D printed pieces around. So, and what we're going to do is we're going to gently compress this. Come on, there we go. We're going to be compressing these 2 pieces together so that everything, the friction, holds everything nice and tight. So when I do the machining, I don't have this tube rotating. There we go, still good there. Let me see here. I think I can go up here. Wait. We'll go here. And just going to gently start tightening. Going to check it. Make sure everything is still. There we go. Make sure nothing's shifted. Oh, nothing has shifted. So I'm still confident that those pieces have not rotated or anything. I'm not going to go crazy on this. There we go. That. Click. That should be enough. So, check it. Still no movement. So there we go. There's this piece. This will go into the fixture like this, and I'll do my operation on a particular plane and rotate it. Next operation, yep. Go all the way around until it is done. And then in theory, it should be it should be perfectly machined. So, yep, here we go. Okay, that's it. J5 Guru, Terry Andrews Jr. saying bye for now.